Hello everybody and welcome to this Scouting Report. I'm Dan Haiek here with Matt Doyle, and today we're previewing the 2014 regular season for the Montreal Impact. Matt, last year the Montreal Impact attack was basically one man, Marco Di Vaio. He scored 20 goals. He came in third in the Golden Boot race. Their next highest scorer was Felipe, the attacking midfielder, with just 5 goals. How important is it for this 2014 version to actually have a second legitimate goal scorer? And who might it be?
I think, first of all, it has to be Felipe. It has to be. And second of all, it is incredibly important because you don't win with a one-man show in MLS. I don't think you ever really have in the past, and it's certainly not true these days. Getting back to Felipe, he was clearly unhappy in the second half of the year under Marco Schalabam, and I think maybe the first job for Frank Klopas is to get in there and get that locker room right, and get Felipe in particular playing with that joie de vivre that he had in 2012 when he was so good, maybe the best young number 10 in the league. But there has to be more than that. There has to be something from the wing, something more consistent. Justin Mapp had a really good run for about 3 months, but then sort of tailed off. Andres Romero wasn't consistent on the other wing. And of course, Blake Smith never really got a run out as a rookie. If one of those guys can step up and be, for the entire year, a legitimate threat, then it really, really elevates what the Impact can do when they do go forward.
Now moving back from that forward line and those midfielders, those attacking midfielders, we look at the central midfield pairing of Patrice Bernier and Hernan Bernardello. I know you fell in love with Bernardello the few times we actually got to watch him in 2013. How crucial is he to this 2014 team, especially considering that his partner, Patrice Bernier, in central midfield is another year older? He's now 34.
Right. So Bernardello is hugely important, and I think we saw it when he first came to Montreal last year. The Impact had been in a tailspin, then Bernardello came, played about 5 games, and they were really good again.
Yeah.
Then he got hurt, and they were really bad for the rest of the year from then on out. So they need the healthy Hernan Bernardello. They need him next to Patrice Bernier because those two guys are so smooth on the ball, so good at winning the second ball, that it really makes up for the lack of defensive intensity from a lot of the other midfielders. And it really helps them get out on the break, and that's where the Impact were dynamite in 2013. And oh, by the way, that's how Frank Klopas likes his teams to play. It is a really, really good fit in terms of the personnel in central midfield and in terms of the coach pulling the strings.
Now this team won their way into the playoffs last year on a tiebreaker against Frank Klopas' Chicago Fire, actually. Do they have a little bit more this time so they don't have to rely on that tiebreaker?
It's a good question. I don't think you can expect another 20 goals from Marco Di Vaio. As you said, he is 37 years old, but you can expect the guys around him to play better than they did last year. And look, if you can get offense from different parts of the field, you become that much harder to game plan for, and that'll be the big difference between the 2014 Impact and the 2013 version.
All right, well, it's going to start in Texas on March 8th against FC Dallas. That one kicks off at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. You can watch it on MLS Live.